So let's talk about this because I know you've seen it too. You look around and wonder, why do bad people get rich while good people can barely stay afloat? The ones who care about others, who play fair, who show up with integrity, they are often the ones stressing over bills. Meanwhile, the bold, reckless, morally questionable types are making moves, buying properties, and living completely unbothered. For a very long time, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I used to think being a good person was enough, that doing the right thing somehow guaranteed success. But as I started learning more about money, I realized that's not how money works. And part of that learning came from recognizing where my beliefs around money even came from. So, growing up, my father had a lot to say about rich people. Whenever we'd see someone driving a luxury car, it was always something like, he's probably a drug dealer, these people scam the system, the rich get richer while everyone else suffers. And for a while, I believed it. I absorbed it because, I was a child and children, they're very suggestible. I didn't realize that it was just bitterness from my father, jealousy dressed up as morality. He didn't hate rich people. He hated that he wasn't one of them. He just wanted to be them. And that kind of conditioning sits deep. It becomes a lens you don't even realize you're wearing. A lens that tells you wealth is suspect, success is suspicious, and having money must mean you've done something wrong. So what happens? You start to resist wealth without even meaning to. You hold yourself back, you question your own desires, you think wanting more makes you greedy, or worse, makes you like them. You have no idea how many people feel ashamed to admit that they want, that they have desires, because they have internalized this idea that desire is wrong, desire is selfish, wanting is selfish, or greedy. It's, oh my God. Meanwhile, the people who get rich, they don't have that internal conflict. They don't feel guilty for wanting more. They don't question whether they are allowed to take up space, make money, charge high prices, or live big. They expect it. They move like it's already theirs. And that's the real difference. You see, most good people have been taught to be humble, to play it safe, to not want too much, to be generous even at their own expense, especially if you're a woman or grew up in a family that struggled financially or come from a community where survival was the goal. You were probably taught that asking for more is selfish, that having more is dangerous, that abundance is for other people. You're carrying shame you didn't choose, okay? Just know that. And the worst part, you might not even realize how it's showing up. So let me ask you, what happens in your body when you walk past a rich neighborhood? When someone tells you they made 6 figures in a month, what's your first thought? What does your body say? And listen to your body, because your body is the barometer for your truth. Do you admire them, or do you silently judge them? Do you feel inspired, or do you get irritated? Because those reactions tell you everything. I remember I did mention on this channel that I trained in martial arts for 5 years. And so I used to turn up to martial arts club every day in a taxi, and then I would also leave in a taxi because I don't like the public transport. And one day I was leaving class. Well, actually I got kicked out, and I'll tell you another time why I got kicked out. But I got kicked out and I was basically told to go home. But I was sitting around waiting for my taxi, and my instructor asked me, why are you still here? And I said, I'm waiting for my taxi. And he responded with this bitter laugh. It was like, and then he looked at the other person in the room and he's like, Did you hear that? That's how the other half lives. That was so telling of how he thinks about people who are a little bit comfortable. Those reactions tell you everything. They are not just random feelings, they are reflections of what you truly believe about money and worth. This is what holds good people back. It's not lack of effort, it's not lack of intelligence, it's the invisible resistance. This idea that you have to earn money through suffering, that ease is cheating, that wealth makes you a target, that having more somehow makes you less relatable or less good. Meanwhile, the people you judge as bad, they are not wasting energy on whether they are worthy. They are not spiritually policing themselves. They are not debating if they are allowed to charge the high prices. They just do it because they don't have shame tied to money. They're not fighting with themselves every time they receive. That's what makes them magnetic to success and wealth. Not their morals, not their character, their alignment with abundance. And I know it's frustrating, it feels unfair, but money doesn't operate on morality, it's neutral. Money is neutral. It's not a reward for being good. It responds to belief, to expectation, to permission. If you believe you're allowed to receive, you will. If you believe you need to earn it through struggle, you will struggle. And this is where the healing starts, not just financially, but emotionally, energetically, subconsciously. Because this isn't just about how you manage money, it's about how you see yourself, what you think you deserve, what you're secretly scared of. The truth is, you can be a good person and still be broke. You can be a bad person and still be rich. That part is neutral. What's not neutral is how you see yourself in relation to wealth. So, if you're constantly shrinking, over-explaining, undercharging, apologizing for your prices, refusing to receive, you're not being noble, you're being blocked. And it's time to rewrite that. It's not about quick wins. It's about reprogramming the part of you that still believes you have to suffer to be safe, or stay small to stay good. Oh, it doesn't make any sense. Because you don't. You can be wealthy, you can be generous, you can be deeply good, and still have more than enough. Okay? Okay? Okay. Thank you for watching, sending you love, and I will see you in a jiffy.